and welcome to my channel. Welcome to the Mentorship Corner. My name is Sibiano Mtandazo. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to click that subscribe button right at the bottom, and don't forget to hit the notification gang so that you'll be notified every time we post new videos. If you are not new to my channel and you are an original subscriber, thank you for your love and support. Yeah, thank you so much, guys. Your love and support actually means so much, and it has actually helped the channel grow quite a lot. On today's video, I will be discussing a few tips that I think would help you to prepare for your interview. So in last week's video, we were discussing the tips and basically things that you would use to help you land your first job. So basically to help you job hunt and to help you land that first job. So once you've applied and everything, and then one of the companies you applied for have replied, the next step is for you to prepare for your interview, because that's also a very vital point and a vital part of the whole getting a job process. So today I'm just going to be discussing a few things that I need you to take into consideration when you're going for your interview, because I've been for quite a few interviews, and these tips have surely worked out for me in the past, and I believe they could work for you as well. So the first thing I'm going to discuss is basically, so I basically drafted questions down. As you guys know, with my notebook, I basically do research for every topic I'm going to discuss. So first thing I drafted, the first question I want to answer is, why is it important to prepare in advance for your interview? So if you're sitting at home right now and you're busy thinking, should I start preparing for my interview? Your interview is about a month away, or like about a week away, and you're thinking, should I prepare for my interview? Should I not? I still have time. What? How do you go about that? So basically my take on it is the fact that you have to prepare for your interview well in advance. Reason being, you build that confidence. See, when you're at home and you're alone and you're practicing, it's fine, you'll be fine. But the minute there's someone sitting in front of you, the minute there's a panel in front of you, everything changes, because your confidence has to be like on point. You have to be vocal. You have to be like nice and bold and loud. You don't have to show them that you're nervous. You don't have to show them that you're a little scared. You don't have to show them that you have a little bit of doubt that you won't land the job. You just have to show them that, you know what, I'm the right candidate. You're the one, I'm the candidate you want to choose. So basically you want to make sure that whoever is sitting on that panel, when they hear you speak, they're like, oh, okay, I think we want him, or we want her, type of thing. So that's why it's very important to prepare very well in advance. Another thing is, you want to build your rapport, because an interview is more formal. You want to practice and build so I said confidence already. You want to practice and build your rapport and your language, because you want to make sure that you are formal, and you want to make sure that everything that you speak is in line with whatever your job description is. So that is like very important. So the next step you want to do is, you want to read through your job description, and you want to make sure that you fit every part of that job description. You read through it, you understand it. If there's something you don't understand, you ask someone, you Google it, and you want to make sure that you fit proper into that job description, and you know it like by heart. Okay, fine, if I get this job, I will be doing 1, 2, and 3. This is what I'm going to do to improve it. This is what I'm planning to do to make it better, type of thing. The next thing you want to know is, the next thing you want to do is, you want to go into the company's website. So if they have a company's website, or if they don't have a website, and maybe you can actually visit the company before the interview, just to get a feel of what they're all about. So you want to know what's their values, you want to know what's their mission, you want to know what's their goal, what they aim to do as a company, and you want to know basically all about who they are and what they're about, and what makes them different from their competitors in the market. Basically all that drama. You want to know about all those things. If they don't have, because normally most companies have a website where they have everything. So there'll be the mission statement, there'll be their goals, there'll be their achievements, there'll be their like about page where it tells you all about the company, how many branches they have, what exactly do they do, type of thing. If they don't have a website like that, I would recommend that you actually go to one of their stores. If they have multiple, if they have one, just go to the store and ask a few questions before you go for your interview, just to get a feel of what are you getting yourself into, who the company is all about, like who are they, and will you and your personality fit into that environment, type of thing. If you don't want to go straight directly into the company, you can always find someone who's working in the company and then just ask them a few questions and tell them that you have an interview and you just want to ask them a few questions about the company and the goals and the mission and all that drama, yeah? Because that's going to help you a lot, because one of the things that the company looks for is common, like similarities between the interviewees, the interview, and the company itself. So you want to make sure you'll be able to relate to who they are and what they stand for, and then blend those two with who you are and what you actually want to achieve in your life. Got it? And then the third thing you want to do is you want to make sure you arrive for your interview early. So what I suggest you do is, if you don't already know where the company is, if you're taking a taxi, take a taxi and go there before your interview. Just take a taxi and go there so that you know how the process works and you know exactly where to find it. Make sure you find the company before your interview day. Né? So just take that taxi and just travel there and then see the place, see where exactly you're going to have to go when you're arriving on the day of your interview, and then just go back home. That's going to give you a peace of mind because you'll know exactly how to get the taxis for your interview so that you won't be late. If you don't take taxis and you have a car, even better, just drive to the place where you're having the interview, just to see the area, just to familiarize yourself with the place, so that on the day of the interview you know exactly where you're going. And when it's the day of the interview, be there early. When I'm saying early, I don't mean be there 10 minutes before your interview. No, be there 30 minutes to about an hour before your interview. This is not for you to sit down and try to read about the company last minute. No, it's for you to calm down, and it's for you to actually show that you are punctual, because that's one of the things they're going to be looking at. They're going to be looking at who's the latecomers, with regards to the candidates that they have selected to be interviewed. So you want to be there early. You want to be there dressed properly. You don't have to be formal, depending on the job title. It depends basically on the job title that you're actually applying for. For some job interviews, you have to be formal. For some job interviews, it's not really necessary to be formal. So have a look into those as well. Yeah? And then the last thing I want to discuss with you guys is, once you've done all those preparations, the last thing you want to do is you want to be prepared for the most common interview questions. So I am going to link, I'm going to write 10 of the most common interview questions on the description below, but I'm just going to highlight a few and then I'm going to explain why it's important to prepare for those. So your most common interview questions would go on the along the lines, they go along the lines of, tell us about yourself. What are your biggest strengths and what are your biggest weaknesses? Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years or in the next 10 years? And basically they would always ask you why they should hire you. So those are like a bit of like the most common questions, where if you go to any interview, they're most likely going to ask you those questions. So the best thing to do is for you to prepare for these questions well in advance, and just have like a few questions that they would ask you, maybe about your job and what you're gonna do, and those you can't really predict. But these ones are very common, guys. Almost every interview you're going to go to, they're going to ask you about these questions. So what I suggest you do is get a pen and paper, write these questions down, and start drafting proper answers for these questions. When you're drafting your strengths and your weaknesses, the best strategy that I've seen that it works is, you want to tell them what your weakness is, and you want to tell them how you actually working towards making sure that you're turning that around and you're making it a strength. So basically, for example, if you suck at being punctual for work. Basically, you'll tell them, maybe I'm normally late for work. That is my greatest weakness because I oversleep. But I have been in the past like few months waking up like 2 hours earlier than my previous time so that I ensure that I'm early for work, type of thing. Or if you're saying your biggest weakness is communication, then you'll tell them, okay, fine, my biggest weakness is communication. However, I have been taking maybe like a communications class that I'm taking, and hopefully by the end of the class I would have been better. And maybe you'll tell them that I now decided to actually initiate conversations with my colleagues as like a way, or like as means to actually improve your communication skill. Because let's face it, no one wants to hire someone who's got a lot of weaknesses. So just try to get like have that weakness, but have like a backup and say, okay, fine, so this is my weakness, but this is actually what I am doing, this is what I am implementing to actually make sure that my weakness alternatively turns and becomes sort of like my strength, or like my good point, type of thing. And then the next thing you want to do is, whenever you're answering any of your questions, you want to try and relate them to the company that's actually hiring you. I'm not saying everything you say must be about the company and be about the job. You must be real and authentic. But if they ask you questions along the lines of your job description, blah blah blah, and basically about your strengths as well. So a job description stuff, you want to make sure you kind of related to the company and what the company is all about. And then if they ask you about your strengths, you want to highlight the strengths that are actually needed for this particular job. There's no point telling people that you are good with digital marketing when you're actually applying to be in IT in that company. Do you get what I'm saying? There's no point telling them that you're good at admin when you're actually going to be doing more practicals in that company. I don't know if I'm making sense. I don't even know if my examples are proper. It's almost like, you know, you're really good at making burgers, but for this company you have to be making sandwiches. It doesn't add up. Why are you telling them about the burgers? Because they want to know about the sandwiches, type of thing. So you want to make sure when you're highlighting things, like your great and good qualities, you want to make sure it's in line with your job description. So last but not least, guys, you have to try and put yourself in the interviewer's like shoes. So whoever is sitting at the panel in front of you, try to put them try to put yourself, sorry, in their shoes, so that you make sure you answer the questions more effectively. So yeah, let's just run through it again. So the important thing is to prepare well in advance for your interview. You must go and Google the company, what they're all about, their goal, mission statement, their values and all that drama. And you must be there an hour early. So travel to the area before your interview day and be there at least 30 minutes to an hour early. You must dress appropriately. So depending on the type of interview and the type of job that you're going for, if you're going to be an artist, dressed, I don't know how artists dress. If you're going to be like in business, put your suit and tie, type of thing. And then the last thing is prepare for those most common interview questions, because for almost every interview you go to, they're actually going to ask you those questions. So draft them down and have answers prepared for them. I'm not saying cram the answers and stuff, but have an idea of how you would answer the questions if they were posed to you. And the last thing you want to do is, when you sit them down on the chair, you want to make sure that you try and put yourself into those like panel people's shoes, because you want to make sure you answer your questions as most effectively as you could possibly answer them. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share with your family and friends if you haven't done so already during the video. I will be linking the top 10 questions that I'm asked most commonly in most interviews, which I feel if you are preparing for an interview, you should have answers for before you even go for that interview. So from me to you, it is bye guys. Love you lots. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Bye.